Hello, and welcome to Nexus Real Estate Advisors. I'm Scott Lukes, its founder and president. Before today's video, make sure and go to our website, nexusrea.com, and download any of the associated presentations or papers for this video. From our resources page, you can find our resource library, which has a wide range of videos, papers, presentations, and other tools to help almost any level of real estate investor. Also, make sure and subscribe to our Facebook and Twitter to stay informed of when we have new editions, which happen almost weekly. Enjoy the presentation. In today's presentation on leveraging your IRA for a real estate investment, we will be accessing a document from our resource library on nexusrea.com/resources, funding the down payment. Once you've downloaded that, join us back. So in this paper, we talk about the many ways you can access funding for a down payment on a real estate transaction, from refinancing our primary residence, gifts from relatives, tapping into cash value life insurance, loans, tax refund, etc. One of the most overlooked, and sometimes the whole topic makes people grumpy because it's, killing killing sacred cows, is pulling from our IRA. And I'm not talking about buying real estate in the name of the IRA. I don't advise that. I'm talking about, hey, we have a lot of money sitting in our IRA earning, 5%, maybe 10% if we're lucky. What if we pull a little bit of that and put it to work for us in a different way where we can leverage that money into real estate? So that's what this is talking about. So let's take this step by step. First off, let's understand our current situation. So let's assume we have a $200,000 balance that we can play with. Maybe you have more money in your IRA and we could just tap a little bit of it, or we tap it all. I like diversification. I have money in my IRA, I have money in real estate, etc. But assuming this $200,000 achieves a 5% return, it's going to give us $10,000 a year in interest earned. And that is taxable, of course, but down the road. Likewise, a 10% return would give us $20,000 a year. Agreed? Great. So the next step of kind of this mental journey is, all right, let's take that $200,000 and instead sell it. So when we sell it, we will have our 10% early withdrawal penalty. But here's the deal. With the CARES Act, which was extended into 2021, that, as long as it's, you were in some way impacted by COVID, and weren't we all, this 10% early withdrawal penalty has been eliminated. But then we have our taxes, right? We're going to be paying taxes on the money that we pull out from the IRA. So I'm assuming 30%. Yeah, that's a big number. And this $120,000, we're like, oh my gosh, I started with 200, now I have 120. Isn't that bad? Well, I'm going to show you in the next page, it's really not that bad. The other thing I'm going to show you is, or tell you, is that if you do pull out money courtesy of the CARES Act, the taxes are taxed over a 3-year period, 33%, 33%, 33%. So in other words, you would only owe taxes on $20,000 of this in any given year. So with that money, we are going to buy real estate. And so in a lot of the other papers, including how a real estate investment makes money, we have this hypothetical $350,000 property that's easily achievable right now in Denver, Fort Collins area. So assuming we put down $52,500, which we've kind of used in the model, with that money, we can actually purchase two $350,000 properties, pay closing costs, and establish a reserve fund. So here's what this looks like. So we already agreed we have our $200,000 here, and if we want, we can keep it in our IRA. It will be taxed eventually. In year one, at 5%, it's going to achieve a $10,000 gain. In year two, it's going to achieve a $10,500 gain because of compounding, right? So now this is just a visual way to look at what we had just talked about. So we have that $200,000, and assuming no CARES Act or anything here, assuming we have an early withdrawal penalty, which that should be zero for you, at least in 2021, and then taxes, we have $120,000 in a worst case to deploy to real estate. So here's how that looks. Property 1, we have our 52.5 down. Property 2, our 52.5 down. That's 15%, by the way, and yes, that's achievable. For this $350,000 property. We have $5,000 in total closing costs, and then we establish a reserve. So let's take a look at year 1, the gain. Let's see if I can zoom this in here. So in year 1, the gain on our investment is really quite fantastic, because we have $700,000 working for us, not $200,000, right? And let's just assume a modest 5% appreciation. Again, that's kind of the same as this gain that we're looking at for as if the money was in the IRA. So first off, the 5% appreciation is working on the $700,000. So our gain is actually $35,000, not $10,000. So in year 1, not only have we equaled our IRA gain of $10K, but we've paid back the IRS penalty of $20,000 and even added $5,000 to the reserves. Not only that, we've also contributed $4,400 to principal pay down. That's cash back in our pocket, although tied up in real estate, of course, and realized an in-pocket tax benefit of over $6,000 because of all the tax deductions that are available to us in rental income. So that's year 1. Let's look at year 2, it gets even better. So now our property value is $735,000. Again, let's still use that 5% appreciation. And now our gain it jumps up to $36,750. And that's not even factoring principal pay down, tax benefits, etc. And by the way, you should be throwing off net rental income with all of this also, at least for the types of properties that we're investing in right now. So then we scroll down and, of course, one of my favorite books that I own, I think I lifted it from one of my college professors, is called How to Lie with Charts. This is not one of those charts. This is the real deal. So on the right axis, the green here, we have our IRA return over a 30-year period. Nothing surprising there. And then on the left, we have the aggregate of our real estate returns. So we have the appreciation, which is in the blue here. We have our tax deduction, post-tax value, that's cash in our pocket sort of value. And then we have principal pay down, which grows like this. So again, the best of all worlds is where you have some money in the IRA and you diversify into real estate. As we know, real estate's or IRAs are a safe place to put money in general, but nobody ever got rich because they struck it hot with their IRA, right? Hopefully that helps you understand a little bit more about how to leverage your IRA for diversifying into real estate. We have a lot of other tools and topics to learn about real estate modeling, understanding. This is that paper, How Real Estate Investment Achieves Results. And then we have a lot of different modeling tools also to take a look at this, to look at, if I did purchase a property, what does that investment look like over time? And as a matter of fact, I'll just do this live little demo here. So I'm going to go and pull up this sheet because this is more or less where I created that that chart that was that I just showed you. So this tool right here, you can actually model any type of real estate investment with any variable and take a look at what it does over 30 years. I think this model even goes all the way out to 70 years. So we have a lot of fun tools for you to play with. There's even a video that talks about how to use this tool should you be interested. As always, make sure that you follow us on YouTube and Twitter. That's how we keep you informed of new tools available, as well as analysis of news items. And this is how we communicate to you deals that we come across that might be investable. So signing out from Nexus Real Estate Advisors, I'm Scott Lukes, its founder and president. You have yourself a great day.